I really enjoyed the Dragonborn DLC, and I've always wanted to see more quest mods set on Solstheim, since it feels a little underutilized for new dungeons, stories, and so on. Today, we're taking a look at Miasma, a quest mod by Renacles. This fully voiced quest will take you across Solstheim as you help an Argonian in search of a rogue Telvanni mage. Alongside your new temporary companion, you'll explore new dungeons and discover new spells as you try to bring this dangerous Dunmer mage to justice. Miasma comes with no requirements at all, and it can be installed mid-game without issue. The quest has a minimum recommendation of level 20, and is intended to scale accordingly with the rest of the Dragonborn DLC. It should be compatible with most mods out there. However, any mods that greatly modify the Renacles Corner Club or parts of Solstheim affected by Miasma might cause some issues. And any mod introducing new dragon shouts might require a compatibility patch. To get started, head to the Renacles in Raven Rock, and find the Argonian in Stalrim armor.
Greetings, traveler. May we speak?
Oh, we may. Do you need anything?
Yes, actually. I am looking to hire some assistance, and I get the feeling you might be the right person for the job. Allow me to explain.
He should do it in person.
My name is Haj Zul, but you may call me Haj.
Oh my goodness.
I am a
I'm so sorry,
representative
Geldis.
of a group called the Anzalil
what did he
from
say?
Blackmarsh.
He said he'll
I
make
have
you
been
where you
after
met
a
for the
wanted
first
Telvanni
time.
mage from the
He said
mainland
you know
called
what it
Zeraf
is.
Rion for
I
some
do.
time.
Thank you.
I have managed to track him down to this island, Solstheim, and could use some assistance in bringing him to justice.
Alright, well, do you have any leads? What's in it for me? And Zalil, I want my lore dump.
Yes. We have ruled Argonia since our ancestors drove back both the Empire and Dagon's forces during the Oblivion Crisis. You have probably heard about the Argonian invasion, yes? That was also our doing, although we practice more peaceful methods these days.
Well, why are you after him?
You must understand. We would normally avoid going after criminals outside our territory, but this is a special case. This man
Mayor?
is responsible for countless atrocities against my people from the time when slavery was commonplace in Morrowind.
Is someone sniffing me right now?
We also have reason to believe he might be plotting to strike back at us for our actions in the mainland. He must be stopped.
What about House Redoran? Isn't this their territory? I do like that we get that follow-up question.
I am here as a diplomatic envoy. All my actions are sanctioned by a treaty House Redoran signed years ago. They might not appreciate my presence here, but understand that it is necessary.
I would actually be very interested if we could ever ask him about his Stalrim armor, because that means he hasn't been here very long, or at least it sounds like he hasn't been here all too long, so it's interesting that he's wearing it. Well, what's in it for me?
I would be willing to share a cut of the bounty with you.
Okay.
It's rather large, as you can imagine.
Alright, I'll help. Do you have any leads?
Thank you, stranger. I found that my target boarded a ship headed straight to Raven Rock some time ago. Except he never arrived. And neither did his ship. It wrecked short of the coast.
Dumbass.
Conveniently close to the coast, actually. So, we're going to go check the wreckage for any clues.
Alright, well, lead the way. How did you happen to learn all this?
I have been tailing our target across Morrowind for quite some time now. He is resourceful, but tends to draw attention to himself wherever he goes.
Sounds like House Telvanni,
You
yeah.
know, like the Telvanni normally do.
Yep, there you go. Alright, well, lead the way.
Follow me. It's not far from here.
There we go. Started Miasma. Now, which one of you is sniffing me? I don't want that happening again, you know? You can't do it for free, at least. You gotta pay. I'm actually wondering if this is just gonna be like the already
Not much contact
grounded
with
ship,
others
the
around
already
here.
kind of like
Not the Skull
shipwrecked
Village,
ship
but
that we
north.
have here, or if they're adding a new one. Compatibility-wise, it might be easier to use the original one. Also, it might then be weird if you had, like, more shipwrecks just all of a sudden. It's like, how many shipwrecks could you have on an island as small as Solstheim before it's like, alright, it's maybe too many at once. Oh, are we here? What is attacking? Oh, it's just gonna be some ash hoppers. Got it. Sorry, I saw an unmarked location and I got thrown off by it. Well, we're here.
Here it is. And it looks like someone beat us to it. We'll have to deal with them before we can search the place.
Alright, let's do this.
May the hist guide our hands.
Look for clues in the wreckage. Yeah, it's just gonna be the Reavers, I'm pretty sure. But it's just like I was saying, it might make more sense just to use the existing shipwreck rather than just adding another one to the mix. What arrows is he using, by the way? Can I even check? Can I even see? I don't think it's elven arrows, though. Let me see real quick. Oh, Nordic arrows. That's right, because I did see the Nordic quiver on his back. Reaver Lord's Journal. Damn, I didn't know he could write. The journal contains several entries dating back a few years. A few of them catch your eye. 4th era, year 201, 22nd of sun's height. Looks like our luck has finally taken a turn. I've been contacted with the strangest request from one of those mage sorts from the mainland. He'll pay us a hefty sum in order to assault some Enwaz ship that's coming to Solstheim next month. Don't even know what he's after, don't even want the loot. Heh, more for us. 4th era, year 201, 5th of last seed. Ship should be arriving tomorrow. I told the boys we're about to be rich and got them ready for the job. They better not muck this one up. 6th of last seed. By Azura, that fetcher never said he'd be on the ship. Introduced himself as if he were some noble after blasting one of the guards overboard with some weird green magic. Never seen anything like it before. Turns out this fella was using us to stage his own death, even let one of the sailors go, so he'd say the ship ran aground on its own. Now he only wants to use our hideout as a lab, but for us to keep an eye on his servants as well. Can't say I like this deal, but the gold is good and I'm not about to go messing with a guy with magic like that, even if he is alone. 8th of last seed. Most of the looting's done, cannot say this was the best catch we've ever had, but the mages promised us a lot more gold where that came from. The man makes me nervous, keeps muttering to himself about some old Nord nonsense and reclaiming what is rightfully ours. Whatever that means. I'll be leaving some men here to clean whatever's left and make sure no one comes snooping just yet. We're heading back home soon. You know, you really should just take your journals with you. You can't just leave them lying around. That's how I find you. That's how I wind up killing you.
Keep an eye out for any clues. They must have left something behind.
They did actually. Here you go.
Let me see that. I see. Ha! I knew it. The whole thing was a setup. And it looks like our friend here hired himself some muscle. Running skirt, Zeraf. You won't go far now. Traveler, we must chase after them. The journal tells of the location of their hideout. Why don't you lead the way this time?
Okay, abandoned mine. It's not the marker I saw on my compass, but I'll head right there. I'll just walk.
Do you need anything?
Okay, was just wondering, was just curious if he maybe had anything else to say. Alright, Haj, we should be getting close, and of course, as soon as I say anything at all, ash hoppers.
For the haste!
It's funny, because in the end, this is still not as deadly as Blackmarsh, as Argonia. Like, some of the creatures there, some of the wildlife there is just, ugh, disgusting. Just want to see if he has anything to say. No. Okay. It's always the thing of I'm not sure if he will, but it's just nice to kind of, like, check.
Can I help you with anything?
That way, in case there is something he wants to say, anything that he does have to add, that way I'm hopefully not
Stay on your guard.
missing it.
This might be it.
I'm just looking around. Okay, so that is open, not locked.
Rather die in the ash.
Yeah, I see a few Reavers. I'm gonna go for the door first. I'm gonna go for the cell door first. Oh, okay. It's just a little dead end. We have ebony, nice. Chest with, you know, nothing that I really need, but I'm gonna take it anyway. No, why not? It's free. Let's see how good my sneak attack is. Pretty good, not too shabby, and he didn't attack while I was still sneaking. Like, he didn't immediately say, like, oh, okay, we're fighting, and just run after them and give us away. Listen, given the name of the quest and the little note about him having green magic, I'm expecting, I'm hoping for some sort of, like, weird poison magic? Or maybe even like a play on the Arcanist from ESO. Also, yes, I am quickly taking all these Reavers out, but hey, you know, vanilla type enemies and, you know, stealth archer go burr. That's barred from the other side, so that's gonna be our exit point then. Oh wait, can I just immediately circle up and around and have that as my exit point?
Did you hear something?
No.
Is someone there?
No. Nobody's here. Just show me to the Telvanni mage. Honestly...
By the haste.
Oh.
There is someone inside this cell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me one sec.
Mine's playing tricks on me.
He's got your eyes, she says. Lying.
I should go back to picking pockets in Windhelm.
You just get to hear everyone's drama. Alright, we got another Argonian in here. Hold on. Oh, maybe opening the shortcut is for him, so he has an easier way out. Catches many fish.
What? Who are you?
Told him to just
What are you doing here?
We're looking for Zerath Threon. Do you know where he is?
No, you must stay away from him. Please, leave me alone.
I'm not here to hurt you. You're fine. You're okay. Do you want to talk to him? Where are you going?
Our friend here is in bad shape. I'll need to see to their wounds. Could you look for any clues as to where Zerath might have gone? There must be something we can use.
Yeah, I'll take a look around. He's sleeping. You take care of him.
Have you found anything? We need to hurry.
I'll take a look around. I actually like that they're not giving us a marker for this. Like, now it's kind of on me to search, and I might have actually already found what I need. Oh, here we go. I can't believe I forgot to bring my journal. Guess I'll have to scribble on this piece of paper until the boys come back. They better not forget to bring it with them, or I'll have their heads on a spike. That's funny. I like the acknowledgement, because I was even talking about it earlier of, oh, that was pretty silly of you not bringing your journal with you. Well, this looks like it could be his workshop. We have a key, we have research notes. Oh, wait, we have a spell tome too? Hold on, I just want to look at that real fast. A spray of miasma that does 5 points of magic damage per second causes 1 point of magic damage for 5 seconds. I'm actually really curious about the cost. Okay, 6 per second, or 6 magic per second, not bad. I'm hoping that kind of means we have the whole kind of like set. Then we'll have this, which is the spray. Obviously at, a cost per second. Maybe we'll have a charged one. Maybe we'll have a Miasma cloak, for instance, too. No, I don't need... I don't need a fishing rod right now. Better. The last few years of research into the ancient Nords have finally bore some fruit. As unimpressive and ignorant as their modern counterparts are, the ancient Nords were known for their mastery of long-lost magic, particularly those connected to the dragon cult at the time. My last expedition has led me to discover a connection between an old legend and an island up north under Redarin control. That being said, it's not enough to warrant visiting myself yet, so I decided to return to Mournhold and do some more research. I've decided to make the trip to Necrom. The library here might yield the breakthrough that I'm looking for. Besides, some Argonian envoy from the south has been asking around for me in Mournhold, and I do not have the time to dispose of that pest. My research must naturally take priority. After months of dead ends, I've made a breakthrough. I found mention of a faction crossed out from the records. They were led by a priest who was obsessed with alchemy and even managed to combine it with destruction magic to make a new kind of spell. I don't know what he did with it, but whatever it was enough for the dragon cult to imprison him in his very own sanctum. I need to find this tomb. This kind of power could catapult the Dunmer to a new golden age. We will never need to flee from our homes again. I've managed to uncover an old spell. It shoots a weak stream of green gas which, while weak, shows a lot of potential. Anything that comes into contact with it decays, regardless of any poison resistance, as if it's been poisoned from within, and strangely enough, it also affects inorganic matter. On that note, I'll need to acquire a new assistant. That blasted lizard has been spotted again. No doubt it has followed me all the way to this city. This is no time for distractions. I must make my way to Solstheim and find the location of this tomb in person, even if it's covered in bloody ash. I'll arrange for a little accident to happen to my ship. Maybe that'll make this Enwa give up the chase. The plan went off without a hitch. I have now arrived in Solstheim and the world thinks I died in a wreckage. Ha! As if someone of my stature could go down in such a pathetic manner. I can't wait to return to Mournhold and see the expression on their faces when I show up, not only alive, but wielding the greatest power that they've ever dreamt of. But first things first, I can feel that I'm getting close. I started having strange dreams where I can see some sort of prison in the west, hiding something underneath. That something is calling to me. I know it. It wants to be found. While it is not clear to me what lies beneath those ruins, its potential is staggering. I'm setting out with a few men to find it. I have only scratched the surface. Alright, well, I still have a bunch of Reavers to kill, a bunch of Reavers that I can go through. I want to try out the spell. And, obviously it's not going to be crazy good because it really is meant to be the starting version. He even says it himself, but I'll be curious to see how it goes. I really like that we're getting some new spells from this too.
Less chance of an axe in your skull.
Have you found anything? We need to hurry.
I have. I found these notes.
Let me see that. He left a journal. Telvanni ego truly knows no limits.
More like NPC ego, am I
This
right?
speaks of an ancient prison to the west. No doubt a Nordic ruin from the sound of it. Friend, I hate to ask for even more after all you've done so far, but I need you to go after him alone.
Oh. Wait.
This man will die without proper care, so I must return to Raven Rock. But we also can't let Zeraf reach whatever it is he hopes to find there.
Can't I be the one to take him back to Raven Rock?
Damn wizard.
I have contacts that I can call upon to get him to a safe place. No one will argue with a diplomatic envoy over something like this. Look, I would want nothing more than to continue my hunt, but I can't leave a fellow Zaxnil to die while doing so. So I am asking you, finish my quest, and bring that monster to justice. We simply cannot risk letting him get away. Or worse, find what he's looking for.
Maybe I shouldn't be showing you my little green magic hand right now. I do like that I can just be like, oh, what about my reward? No, I'm gonna go after him.
You have my thanks, friend. But be careful. I do not know what you might find in such a place.
It would be funny if he got mad at me
Arch
for
friend,
using
Are you alright?
the spell.
Do you think you can walk?
'Tis the only advice a sailor
I think so. But why? Where are we going?
Home, buddy.
There is a settlement
Oh.
nearby. It's the only safe place on the island. Once there, we'll have your wounds treated and get you a nice warm bowl of food.
She was real surprised.
How does that sound?
I'd like that.
I don't know if I agree with him, because he's like, oh, there's only one safe place on the island. Hey, hey, hey. There's the Skull Village.
Just one more bottle. Maybe a second one to get.
Okay. I was curious. Yeah, so clearly it's not doing a ton of damage, but it's also really just the starting spell. I kind of like that it almost has this sound of like a poison gas too.
Inspire me.
I do like that, you know, they're just kind of like covered in green, like they're almost like, not covered in gas, but they're like surrounded by like this gas for a second. Yeah, obviously it's a thing of like, oh, because, you know, playing on a higher level character, going up against maybe some higher level enemies and whatnot, it's not going to be the strongest spell, because I think the starting level, or the recommended level for this, is level 20, and even at level 20, the most basic spells aren't really super strong anymore. Yeah, a novice spell against a level 20 enemy doesn't do too much. So that's why I'm curious. That's why I'm going to be interested to see if we can maybe find better spells.
Can I help you with anything?
Ooh, alright. So we're going to Ashbound Prison. That's going to be the ruin. That's going to be the marker that I saw on my compass and was wondering about earlier. Got it. Nothing out here, so in we go. Just gonna sneak again. Just gonna go back to my stealth archer ways. Now, I'm really not expecting it, but I'm already thinking
She was
ahead.
real surprised when I pulled that knife from my...
And I'm thinking it could be really interesting if we maybe had an enchantable version of the Miasma, like if we could get it as an enchant, a weapon enchant. Which maybe it might not be that much better than, you know, a magic damage enchant or a damage health enchant, but could still just be interesting as an option, just to give us some more options and whatnot.
Never enough gold. Just make
Oh, incident report on Sarthal. Well, already taken care of Sarthal. You don't have to worry about it. Kind of a nice touch, though, given that we already know that he's interested in Nord magic. So, oh, yeah, having the report on Sarthal might have been part of his research, might have been part of him trying to figure out where exactly he could find this ancient magic. I see you guys didn't finish clearing this place out, huh? No matter, that's what I'm here for. The good old Dragonborn Exterminator. Draugrs, spiders, skeevers, you name it, I've killed it. Probably 1,000 times each. Yep. Once again, you know, if you're playing a stealth archer, which I'm sure many people are, things might feel a little trivial, but it's also just vanilla enemies, which I actually like because right now this feels pretty well integrated. It feels very vanilla-esque. And I feel like it works just because, you know, it might not necessarily feel like a mod. It might just feel like, oh, here's another quest that I didn't know I had to do in the base game. Man, oh man, Draugr everywhere, huh? Oh, no, that one's dead. From a distance, I'm not always sure. There we go. It's funny because I always go back and forth on the paralyze skill for archery. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too overpowered. Other times I'm just like, yeah, why not? Whatever. But then if it really bothers me, I can always just, you know... taking a little longer on this guy. I could always just go ahead and say, alright, let me just... make archery legendary and give myself a modicum of a challenge again. Here we go, Miasma Rune. Oh, there you are. I don't think I missed any Miasma spells along the way here. But let me just double check. Let me just go back real quick. Okay, backtracked a bit and didn't see any other spell tomes. Here we go. Tome of Miasma. Targets that fail to resist take 10 points of poison damage and 5 points of poison damage for 10 seconds. Okay, apprentice spell and cost of 30. Yeah, I'm not expecting it to really, you know, do too much damage either, but, you know, I'll try it. I'll see if I can use it. I'm also just going to assume this was the second spell, since this is Apprentice. So we got the Novice spell, the Apprentice spell, and now we'll next find Adept, and after that it might go up to Expert, but I'm not sure if it'll go up to Master. Oh, well, it woke them up. Yeah, isn't necessarily going to do a ton of damage once again, just because it's not really a stronger spell. I'll definitely say that I think this is probably best done around the recommended level of 20, even though you might not necessarily get the most out of these spells by the time you hit level 20. I do also like that we're getting kind of the full suite of spells. We're kind of getting this full, not school of magic, but we're getting the full damage type, which I do think is nice, which I do think is a really good touch. Oh, and I missed. Alright, well, he's a little pissed. He's not gonna be happy with me. You know what? I'm gonna go Miasma. Yeah, obviously, once again, not doing a ton of damage, but we're getting there. Very slowly but surely, we're getting there. Hold on, just a second. Now, obviously, if you're an actual mage build, you'll get a little bit more damage out of it, but given that I have just a more general, like, endgame level character, but not really, you know, specified in or respected to any one thing in particular, it's really just kind of like the base damage that you're seeing. And on, Adept difficulty, too. Just want to note that. I will say this is a longer dungeon than I had anticipated. Oh, are they waking up? Can I maybe drop the oil on them? If you want to come over this way, if you want to maybe join us over here. Yep. Nope, no, don't shout. Oh, man, and he threw it at me, too. Well, that was kind of rude. Smart, but rude. Longer dungeon than I anticipated. It's a longer dungeon than I had expected. Honestly, when I read the mod page, I was like, oh, this will just be, you know, a quick, like, 20-minute quest. So I'm quite pleasantly surprised. Oh, was this maybe like a testing chamber or something? Or... no, but it is a little bit of a trap. Can I... oh, can I drop them down in here? Wait. I want to see if I can maybe drop them into the pit of fire below. Don't know if I can, but it's real tempting right now. No, I don't see any switches or pull levers or anything, so I think it's just kind of there for effect. I think it's just there to be like a nice lighting element, you know? Ulzam, the Warden. I wonder if that's maybe the Nord that he was looking for, like the Nord mage that he was wondering about. Are there more? Are there more Draugr coming in? Oh, wait a second, didn't I just kill you? Oh... Is someone raising them? Maybe. Oh, God. Alright, and down I go. I want to kill his summons first, because I noticed that the glowing Draugr, they don't leave bodies, they just kind of disappear on death, so I'm wondering if I have to kill them before I kill him. Like, maybe they're the reason that he was able to raise again. Maybe I do have to drop him into the fire. I don't think so, but if he raises again... Okay, nope, never mind. I was gonna say, if he came back to life, if he did rise from the dead again, I would have imagined that I had to get him in the fire. But no, we're free, we're good, we're clear. I like the little detail, I like the little added addition of the Dragon Priest dagger just, you know, stabbed through him. Here we go, Tome of Miasma, Cloud. Releases a Cloud of Miasma, 35 points of damage in a small radius, 7 points of magic damage for 5 seconds. It's a little thing, but just the fact that there are new kind of like sound effects for the spells, it's a nice touch. Since I'm not really on much of a mage character, yeah, you're not gonna see me do anything like crazy damage-wise with these spells, but still, it's just been nice to test them out. Ooh, 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 there we go, and that might actually kill him. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. Oh, are we here? Have we found him? I think so.
What in the...
What? Can we talk? I hope we can talk.
You there? Just who in oblivion are you? And what do you think you are doing following me here?
Well, following? No, I just stumbled upon this place. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do I look like a fool to you? Do you truly expect me to believe that our meeting at a place like this is merely a coincidence?
To be fair, I am an adventurer, so it's entirely possible, yes, but, well, okay, no, I did come here for you.
Oh, is that so? Do you even know who I am? I think presentations might be in order here.
Introductions?
My name is Zirath Rayon, Master Wizard of House Telvanni. I have spent centuries studying magic, and have dealt with all manner of opponents. Opponents who simply dwarf a small pest of the likes of you, by the way.
Damn.
What makes you think you have what it takes to bring me down? But allow us a moment to speak first. What brought you to me? Were you lured by the promise of power, as I was?
Yes, I'm here for the spells. No, I'm here to stop you. I want to see what he says if I say I'm here for the spells. I'm using it right now. I got it in my hand right now.
Bah! These are not mere spells. You truly have no appreciation for what I have discovered here.
Okay, but you left spell tomes behind.
You see, an ancient power has been slumbering in this place for centuries. And that power, in the right hands, can be the catalyst that brings the Dunmer back to our original glory. You should be thankful, really, to be here to witness my ascension. I might even mention you in my memoirs.
How kind of you.
Now, I believe you have taken enough of my time.
Oh.
Time to end this.
Damn, I was wondering if there was a way not to fight him then. I was wondering. I do like that he has thralls that are actually using the magic. I was wondering if we get to see a little bit more of it ourselves. Obviously, he's using it too. which I immediately just shot it directly into his ward, so it didn't matter.
This is the end of you, Sweat.
Hey, said the Morrowind line. Now I just need him to call me an N-Wall. Funny enough, it's not really doing much magic damage to me. I will say I'm also very high level, but he's not really doing a lot of damage to me. Oh, he was right about to heal.
So many years. I was so close.
But not close enough. Here we go, and now I can summon the Thrall as well. Which, that might be it then. There might not be... Oh, here we go. I was about to say, like, oh, is there gonna be a better tome, a better spell tome than the ones we have? Looks like it. 20 points of magic damage per second, 4 points of magic for 5 seconds. And... well, that's gonna be a higher level one. That's gonna be like a stronger one. Yeah, and this is just under Conjuration. It's technically not a Miasma spell itself. So it's just listed as a regular spell tome instead. Yeah, Stream... oh wait, Stream still counts as a novice spell even though it's 32 per second. I feel like you could list that as either Adept or... maybe not Expert, but I feel like you could list that as at least Adept, you know? Alright, and now I need to find my way out of here. So, Snake. Snake. Snake, and, ooh, I'm not gonna be able to see what was back here, I don't think. Oh, right there, Snake. You know why? Because snakes have poison, so... yeah. I don't know if that's the rationale, I don't know if that's the reason why, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Oh, there's a lever, sorry. I'm assuming that was still tied to the turnstones. I'm assuming that I still needed to have it all on Snake in order to get out of here. Oop. And I wasn't necessarily expecting more. Oh! Alright. Wasn't necessarily expecting too many more Draugr. I thought it was just gonna be a nice, clean exit, but, that'll show me. Nice and easy. Maybe now it'll be a nice, easy exit from here. Let's see. Oh. Oh, maybe not. Are we maybe gonna get a dragon word wall out of this? Wait, is there a whole nother dungeon in here? Hold up, what? I thought I was done. Oh, we ain't done. I feel like Haj is just not gonna believe us when we come back. Like, we're gonna go back to Haj and he's gonna say, oh, did you kill, you know, the Telvanni mage? I'm gonna say, oh, you have no idea what I did. You see, there were Draugr and then poison spiders, and then I killed him and I learned some fancy magic, and then there was a sanctum, and he's not gonna believe me at all. Yeah, that's a dragon claw right there. This is absolutely bigger than I expected. But now this is cool because now we're also getting, I guess you could say, maybe not closure, but we're also getting to see, you know, what he was researching. He was trying to find the Draugr, the Nord mage, who discovered this type of magic. And even though we stopped him, it doesn't mean that we've kind of like put this story to rest. So now, you know, we're kind of going through and we're concluding this ourselves. But yeah, note to self, keep an eye out because there might even be more spell tomes then. Or maybe we'll start to see, like, some of the Draugr. Maybe have the Miasma too? Maybe. Oh, here we go, more miasmic thralls. So it wasn't just that he knew how to summon them. It's more than just it being something that he had discovered. Well, that's kind of cool then. What if there was a shout at the end? What if there was like a poison shout, a miasma shout at the end? Because that would be super cool. That would be great. Alright, let's see what's on the corroded claw. That's gonna be wolf, butterfly, dragon. Not wolf, fox, sorry. I know. Fake Skyrim player. I noticed that the corroded claw didn't really have as much of the green effect when I put it in. That's a very minor thing. That's just me talking out loud because I'm a loudmouth. What can I say? Dorvith. Ooh! Oh, and you can see the little, like, green effect on his mask as well. And he has, yep, a miasma cloak. That's exactly what I was wondering about earlier. Oh, and he teleported. Okay, yep. And that's why it's gonna pay to be an archer. Just so I can still deal with him. Just so I can still do damage to him even when he teleports away. Is he gonna teleport back here? Yeah, he is. I don't want to get too close to the word wall just yet, because I want to wait until after he's dead before I learn anything. But I did just decide to take the tome now, just in case, you know, me shouting knocks it around, for instance. And teleporting back, there he is, here we go. Yeah, because I'm guessing he'll have the cloak spell on him then. Oh, I am excited. Okay, so it doesn't have the cloak spell, but he does have unique dragon mask, magic resistance, and miasma spell damage by 25%. See, there you go. That's the secret, that's the trick to getting some more out of those spells. Curse miasmic breath. Eat miasmic breath. And die miasmic breath. Curse, eat, die. That's, you know, that's the life cycle right there. That's my life cycle, at least. Now, before I leave, let me just go ahead and take a look at the last of the miasmic tomes. Missile worth 1,000 gold, powerful bolt, dealing 50 points of magic damage, 10 points of magic damage for 5 seconds. I don't know if I'll even be able to cast that yet. Expert level spell. I'll see. Yeah, it's almost all my magic, because once again, not a mage character, but we do have that. Let me go to the shout. I should have enough souls, I do. 50-second cooldown for all 3 words. Curse, eat, die. Like I said, that's how I live my life. I curse, I eat, and eventually, I'll die. Hopefully not anytime soon. While I feel like there were definitely enough enemies throughout the dungeon, I almost wish that we had maybe just a couple after fighting Dervith, just so that we could try out the shout. But before I go to Hajj, I'm just gonna find some Reavers or something and try the shout out myself. Well, it's not a Reaver, but... And maybe, you know... Maybe I should have waited for the Reavers, because I just murdered that elk, but, Alright, good to know. It can easily pick off wildlife. I'll go find someone who's not quite as defenseless.
Come on.
Okay, so not like a crazy amount of damage to the point where it's overpowered, but...
You're going to pay for this.
Well, the lingering damage is nice. The lingering damage is good. And this should also be... Yeah, and that's also with using the mask. Although I don't actually know if that would affect shouts as well, because it says spell damage by 25%. I'm not sure if it means like across the board, including the shout, though.
Outlander.
I'll send your soul as a gift to Boethia.
I'm just gonna wait for the
Your armor will
cooldown,
look good on me.
just so I can try it
I'll cut
again.
you open.
But yeah, the last thing I want to do is I do kind of want to try this out against some dwarven constructs as well, just because the very first notes said that it even affected inorganic matter. Poor Haj must be wondering where I am at this point. He probably thought it was going to be a nice, simple, like, go into the ruin, kill him, and come back. Little did he know that, 1, I'm the Dragonborn, 2, I'm experimenting with all these poison powers. I'm actually really curious if he would have anything to say, given that he was so insistent on hunting down the Telvanni mage because of these dangerous powers, or partly due to these dangerous new powers. Alright, decent damage to him. He's not the dwarf or dwarven construct I was looking for, but, well, give me a sec. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I just need a second for my shout. Okay, yep, there you go. It does do damage, which I did expect, but I wanted to make sure. Also makes sense because they did say that it's more than just poison, it's also corrosion. So that's really cool. That's a really nice touch. Alright, curiosity sated, I can go back to Haj, I can tell him the good news.
You bring good news, yes?
I bring great news. I found Zereth. He's dead.
I cannot believe it. It's finally over. Did you find out what he was after?
He was after the magic discovered by an ancient dragon priest.
That sounds extremely dangerous.
A little bit.
I cannot imagine the damage he could cause with such power.
Don't worry about it.
I cannot thank you enough, friend. You have done a great service not only to me, but also my people. I am authorized to pay you a portion of the total bounty. Here is some gold for your aid.
Not bad. I'm not gonna push. You know what? I'm curious what he says.
No, it's not. I would also like you to have this.
Oh?
My personal bow.
Aww.
It's nothing special, but I have been using it for years, and it is yet to fail me.
I mean, I'm glad that I asked in the sense that, you know, I got to see if there was another reward, but I feel bad in the sense that, like, I didn't necessarily need another reward since I already got all the cool green spells.
I will also tell my superiors about everything you did for us. Next time you find yourself in Argonia, know that you are a friend of the Anzalil.
Now let me see that bow. Okay, basic Nordic bow. Target takes 25 points of shock damage and half as much magic damage. Got it. Well, thank you.
Greetings, traveler.
Okay, I was hoping that I might be able to ask him about the slave. Yeah, what happened to him?
Don't worry. He is fine. And on his way to Argonia right now. He will get nothing but the best help to build a new life there. All thanks to you.
Well, it's really all thanks to you. What will you do now?
I am not yet sure, friend. I think I might remain here for a while longer.
Oh?
I have been after Zura for so long. I think I might deserve a short break before I return to Argonia.
Does that mean...
I could even visit Skyrim. I have never been there before.
Well. No, I thought that meant that I was gonna be like, oh, well, follow me.
Take care, friend.
Oh.
Can I help you with anything?
Damn, he's mocking me. This was one of those instances in which I'm glad that I didn't read too much of the mod page before playing, as it meant that I was in for some nice surprises. I had suspected that we would encounter some sort of poison damage type given the mod's title, but having a full set of spells with that new damage type, a new shout, and Dragon Priest mask all made for great additions. I had expected this to be a quick half-hour adventure, and instead I wound up spending a little more than an hour start to finish. Miasma serves mostly as a dungeon mod, but obviously with a nice story hook, along with good rewards, giving us increasingly better versions of these new Miasma spells as we go through, giving you good reason to check for loot and make sure you grab them as you go. For the most part, the dungeons felt fairly vanilla, with the most notably unique content being the new Miasma Thralls, the new Dragon Priest, and the Telvanni Mage. I think the mod feeling very vanilla-esque works well, as it blends in with the rest of the game. It feels like something that could largely be part of the original Dragonborn DLC. One thing that I liked was that the story kept going after dealing with the Telvanni. I suspected he would be the final boss and that we'd just return to Haj, going further into the ruins and dealing with the source of the miasma magic, which the Telvanni had been after himself, was a great inclusion, and it worked as a good way to round out the story. It would have been interesting if the Telvanni had maybe talked more about the Dragon Priest before we fought him. Maybe have him talk about needing to go deeper into the ruins, having more to say about the Dragon Priest and his research. Miasma first released a couple weeks ago, and originally had no voice acting. However, the voiced characters were added in a more recent update, and it's one that I'm really glad that we got. Even though we might not spend a ton of time with all these characters, having them voiced brings a bit more to the story. Voice acting quality was pretty decent all around. And to me, Haj's actor had the most notable performance. I almost wish that Haj was available as a follower at the end of the quest, since he even teases us that he'd like to go to Skyrim. But at the same time, this doesn't negatively impact the experience. I really liked his character, especially seeing that protecting and helping a fellow Argonian was more important to him than going after his quarry. Despite our limited time with him, Haj made for a great character. All in all, I really enjoyed this, and it came as a great surprise. If you're looking for more quest content in Solstheim, some new spells, and a new shout, this might be up your alley. But that's gonna be all for today. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the Patreon or the YouTube memberships, both of which get access to my official Discord server, as well as early access to most new videos. And if you'd like to watch me play something other than Skyrim, make sure to check out the streams at twitch.tv/0periodproductions. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.